Welcome, beautiful damsels. There's something about a Sigma female that makes her impossible to ignore, even when she's not demanding your attention. She moves through life with a quiet confidence, slipping past the crowd without making a sound, yet leaving a lasting impression wherever she goes. You won't see her vying for the spotlight, but you'll feel her presence in the room, like a silent force of nature that's always in control. What is it about her that sets her apart from the rest? How can you spot a Sigma female instantly, even when she's not trying to be seen? The answer lies in the subtle, almost invisible signs that make her one of the most intriguing and enigmatic personalities you'll ever encounter. Buckle up, because once you learn how to recognize a Sigma female, you'll never look at the world the same way again. Number 1. They have unconventional routines. A Sigma female's daily routine is anything but ordinary, and that's precisely how she likes it. While everyone else is following the same predictable patterns, wake up, check phone, rush out the door, she's off doing her own thing, marching to the beat of her own drum. Her routines are unconventional, maybe even a little quirky, but they work for her in ways that a 9-to-5 mindset never could. She might start her day with meditation at 4 a.m., not because she's trying to be trendy, but because it's the only time she feels the world is quiet enough to hear her own thoughts. Or perhaps she finds inspiration in a midnight walk, when everyone else is fast asleep, and the streets belong to her and her ideas. She doesn't adhere to society's clock. She sets her own pace, one that syncs perfectly with her creative flow and energy levels. Her routines aren't just about getting things done, they're about doing things right on her terms. This means she might take an afternoon off to read a book cover to cover or spend hours on a hobby that seems like a luxury to others. But for her, these are non-negotiable parts of her day, the things that keep her grounded, focused, and most importantly, happy. She knows that sticking to conventional routines only leads to conventional outcomes, and she's anything but conventional. But don't mistake her unconventional ways for chaos. There's a method to her madness, a rhythm to her day that makes perfect sense to her, even if it looks like a random assortment of activities to anyone else. This is how she stays ahead of the curve, always thinking a few steps beyond what's expected, always ready to adapt and pivot when life throws her a curveball. If you ever get a peek into her day, you might scratch your head and wonder how she gets anything done. But that's the magic of it. She's not just getting things done, she's living a life that's completely tailored to her own needs and desires. It's a life that doesn't just happen, it's a life she's carefully crafted, one unconventional routine at a time. Number 2, they walk faster than the average person, a pace that mirrors their determination. When you notice someone who seems to be walking with a purpose, almost like they're on a mission that nobody else knows about, that's a Sigma female in action. She's not just walking faster because she's late or has someplace urgent to be, it's because her mind is already miles ahead. Her feet are just trying to keep up with all the things she's planning, creating, or solving in her head. While others are casually strolling, she's moving like she's got her own internal GPS locked onto her destination. There's no wasted energy in her stride. Every step is a deliberate choice to keep moving forward, literally and figuratively. It's like she's on a different wavelength, one where distractions don't exist, and small talk is just background noise. If you're trying to catch up, good luck. She's already halfway to where she's going, and she's not slowing down for anyone. But it's not just speed for the sake of it. Her pace is a reflection of her drive. She's got things to do, and she's not about to dawdle around waiting for life to happen to her. She's making it happen. What's interesting is that she's not rushing out of impatience. She's just in sync with her own rhythm. Her pace is perfectly matched to her goals and ambitions. While others might be dragging their feet or getting sidetracked by the latest gossip, she's laser-focused, almost as if she's moving through the world with a built-in fast-forward button. But the real kicker? She does it all with an effortless grace that makes it look like she's floating through her day. This fast pace isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's a clear sign that she's living life on her terms. She's not one to linger where she doesn't belong or waste time on things that don't matter. She's got bigger things on her mind, and her speed is just one more way she's letting the world know she's not here to mess around. So if you see her zooming past, don't take it personally. She's just too busy being extraordinary to slow down. Number 3, they prefer listening over speaking. A Sigma female has mastered the art of listening, and she does it in a way that makes you wonder if she's a mind reader. While everyone else is busy trying to get a word in, she's quietly absorbing everything around her. She listens not just with her ears, but with her whole being, picking up on the things you're saying, the things you're not saying, and even the things you didn't realize you were thinking. It's a level of attentiveness that can be both comforting and unnerving because you know she's catching every nuance, every subtle cue. But don't mistake her silence for passivity. She's not just sitting there, nodding along to keep the peace. She's analyzing, processing, and understanding on a deeper level than most people are even aware of. When she finally does speak, her words carry weight because they're backed by all that careful listening. She's not about to waste breath on empty chatter. If she's saying something, it's because she's thought it through and knows it needs to be said. Her preference for listening over speaking also gives her an edge in just about every situation. In a conversation, she's the one who knows what everyone else is thinking before they've even fully formed the thought. She can navigate complex social dynamics with ease because she's already 10 steps ahead, having figured out everyone's motives, desires, and insecurities without them even realizing it. And let's be honest, when she does choose to speak, people listen. That's because she's not constantly filling the air with noise. Her words are like rare gems, and when she drops one, it's usually something that changes the whole conversation. It's a power move, but she's so subtle about it that most people don't even realize they've been influenced until later. There's also a certain humility in her listening. She's not trying to prove she's the smartest person in the room, even if she probably is. Instead, she's genuinely interested in understanding others, in hearing their stories and perspectives. This makes her someone people naturally open up to, because they know she's really listening, not just waiting for her turn to talk. In a world where everyone is clamoring to be heard, the Sigma female stands out by being the one who listens. And that ironically makes her voice the most powerful of them all. Number 4. They walk alone. Solitude as a statement. When you come across a woman who's walking alone, don't mistake her solitude for loneliness. She's not just surviving on her own, she's thriving. This isn't the girl who got ditched by her friends or is too shy to join the crowd. No, this is someone who's deliberately chosen her own company because frankly, it's the best company she can find. She's not wandering aimlessly. She knows exactly where she's going and she's in no rush to get there. Her stride says, "I've got this." And it's not just about the path she's on, it's about the life she's leading. When others see a lone figure, they might think, "Poor thing, she must be lonely." But the truth is, she's anything but. She's in her element, doing her thing, and probably wondering why people think she needs someone by her side to validate her existence. She's the type who walks into a cafe, orders her coffee, and finds the perfect spot by the window, not to people watch, but to enjoy her own thoughts. And if she pulls out a book, it's not to avoid eye contact with strangers, it's because she's genuinely engrossed in whatever world she's currently exploring. In a society obsessed with social validation, she's the one who couldn't care less about being seen with the right people. She doesn't need a group to feel secure. Her confidence comes from within, not from the number of people who like her Instagram posts. Her solitude isn't a void waiting to be filled. It's a space she cherishes where she recharges, plans, and dreams. And let's be honest, she's probably more productive on her own than most people are in a team. So, when you spot her, don't pity her or wonder if she's lonely. Know that she's doing exactly what she wants, on her own terms. And if you're lucky enough to catch her attention, it's not because she needs you. It's because she chose to let you into her world, even if just for a moment. At number 5, they avoid the spotlight. A shadow, yet the center of gravity. A Sigma female is the kind of person who could walk into a room and slip right past you, but somehow, by the end of the night, she's the only one you can't stop thinking about. She's not hiding in the shadows, but she's definitely not stepping into the spotlight either. It's not that she's shy or afraid of attention, she just doesn't need it. While everyone else is jostling for a chance to shine, she's perfectly content observing from the sidelines, quietly absorbing everything around her. She understands that real power doesn't come from being the loudest voice in the room. Instead, she lets her actions speak for her. And when she does step forward, it's with such precision and purpose that you can't help but take notice. There's a subtle confidence in the way she moves through life, like she's in on a secret that no one else knows. She doesn't need validation from others because she's already validated herself. People often mistake her preference for the background as a sign that she's unassuming or easy to overlook. But make no mistake, she's the one quietly pulling strings, setting things in motion, and making an impact without ever needing to make a fuss about it. She's the person who you realize much later was the glue holding everything together while others were busy hogging the credit. Her avoidance of the spotlight isn't about insecurity, it's about staying true to her nature. She's not interested in superficial recognition or empty applause. For her, it's about the quality of what she does, not how many people notice. It's why she'll pass up the chance to be the center of attention if it means she can continue doing what she does best, getting things done on her own terms without the distraction of being in the limelight. And here's the twist. Even though she avoids the spotlight, she somehow becomes the most memorable person in the room. People may not remember what she said or did, but they'll remember how she made them feel, like they were in the presence of someone who's in total control, even when she's not trying to be. She's a paradox in motion, unseen, yet unforgettable. Number 6, they have a strong sense of personal boundaries. Invisible walls, unbreakable strength. When it comes to personal boundaries, a Sigma female is like Fort Knox. Good luck getting through unless you've got clearance. She's mastered the art of saying no without even uttering the word. It's in her vibe, her body language, the way she carries herself. You'll know where the line is drawn without her needing to spell it out for you. Her boundaries aren't up for negotiation, and she doesn't budge just to make someone else comfortable. This isn't about being cold or distant. It's about protecting her peace. She spent too much time building her inner sanctuary to let anyone bulldoze through it. If she doesn't want to do something, she's not doing it, and she's not going to feel bad about it either. Her time and energy are too valuable to waste on things that don't serve her. She's got no problem walking away from situations, people, or even opportunities that don't align with her values. If something feels off, she's out, and you won't catch her looking back. But here's the kicker. She does it all with such grace that you can't even be mad about it. She's not confrontational, she's just clear. If you overstep, you'll feel it, not because she's giving you the cold shoulder, but because you suddenly realize you're not in her inner circle, and you never will be unless she lets you in. And if she does let you in, consider yourself lucky because it means she sees something in you worth her time. The Sigma female's boundaries are a reflection of her deep self-respect. She knows who she is and what she stands for, and she's not about to compromise that for anyone. It's not that she's hard to get to know, it's just that she's selective about who gets to know her. If you make the cut, it's because you've earned it, and if you don't, well, you'll get over it. After all, she's not everyone's cup of tea, and she's perfectly okay with that. Number 7, they have an unbeatable focus, laser focus that cuts through noise. When a Sigma female sets her mind on something, you can bet she's locked in like a missile with laser-guided precision. Her focus is nothing short of legendary. Once she decides something is worth her time, everything else fades into the background. It's as if the world could be on fire around her, but she wouldn't notice until she's completed what she's working on. Her ability to zero in on a task is almost superhuman, leaving others wondering how she does it. Distractions? They don't stand a chance. While most people get sidetracked by the latest notifications, gossip, or shiny new ideas, she's in a zone of her own. It's not that she doesn't notice these things. It's that she simply doesn't care about them when there's something more important at hand. Her brain has this unique filter that instantly sorts out what matters from what doesn't, and anything that falls into the doesn't category is dismissed without a second thought. But her focus isn't just about getting things done, it's about getting things done. She's not one to half-heartedly check boxes or rush through tasks just to say she finished. If she's working on something, you can be sure it's getting her full attention, and the results will show it. This is why she's often the go-to person when something needs to be done right. People know that when she takes on a project, it's as good as done, and done with excellence. What's more, she's not easily rattled. Stress, pressure, deadlines, they don't faze her. In fact, they often seem to sharpen her focus even more. While others might crumble under the weight of too much to do, she thrives. It's almost like she's built for these moments, where her intense concentration turns challenges into opportunities and obstacles into stepping stones. And here's the thing, she makes it all look effortless. You might see her deep in thought, working away, and think she's just naturally gifted with this unbreakable focus. But what you're really seeing is years of honing her ability to shut out the noise and lock on to what truly matters. It's not magic, it's mastery. And it's just one more way the Sigma female stands out without even trying. Number 8. Mysterious confidence in the unspoken. A Sigma female exudes a mysterious confidence that speaks volumes without a single word. It's as if she's mastered the art of making an impact through silence, and it's both captivating and intriguing. You'll notice her in a room not because she's loud or attention-seeking, but because her presence is magnetic, pulling others in with an unspoken allure. She's the person who can enter a room and instantly shift the atmosphere with nothing more than a serene, composed demeanor. It's not about showing off or making grand statements. It's about owning her space and making her mark quietly but powerfully. Her confidence isn't about the bravado of boasting or the clamor of demanding attention. Instead, it's a subtle force field of self-assuredness that lets others know she's someone who's comfortable in her own skin. What makes her unspoken confidence even more fascinating is how it invites curiosity. People are drawn to her, trying to decipher the enigma that is her calm, collected exterior. It's like she's an open book with blank pages. People are compelled to read between the lines, to guess what's going on behind those calm eyes and thoughtful expressions. Her confidence also shows in the way she interacts, or rather, how she chooses not to. She doesn't feel the need to fill every silence with chatter or seek validation from others. She's perfectly content in her own company, and this self-reliance only amplifies her mysterious allure. People sense that she's not there to seek approval or fit in. She's there to be herself, and that's more than enough. In conversations, her responses are measured and deliberate. She doesn't rush to fill the void or dominate the dialogue. Instead, she waits for the right moment to contribute, and when she does, her words carry weight. It's the kind of quiet confidence that makes others stop and listen, even when she's saying the simplest things. Ultimately, a Sigma female's mysterious confidence in the unspoken is a testament to the power of presence over noise. It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound statements are the ones we don't say out loud, and the most compelling personalities are those that command respect without uttering a single boast. As we wrap up today's dive into the enigmatic world of Sigma females, remember this. It's not just about spotting these extraordinary women, but understanding the depth behind their unique traits. Their ability to walk alone with purpose, set firm boundaries, move with unstoppable focus, and maintain a selective social presence speaks to a life lived deliberately and authentically. If you've been captivated by these insights, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating dynamics of personality and behavior. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you see these Sigma traits in anyone you know? Or maybe you're discovering them in yourself? Stay tuned for more intriguing content, and as always, keep seeking the extraordinary in the everyday. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, damsels.